I hope you're all doing well today. Welcome back to the Caregiving Circus family. So it's been a really exciting week. We wrapped up with our photo contest for photos to help family caregivers feel better and do some smiling. So we had 3 winners. Our number 1 winner was Christy Rufino. So thank you so much, Christy, for taking the time to submit a lovely photo. And our second place winner was Laura Hernandez, great friend of mine. And our third place winner, oh my goodness, I forgot who the third place winner was. Oh, I have to go back. Oh, our friend Teresa O'Malley, who is a local LeBri consultant. So that was our photo contest for the week. Hi, Eden. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming and visiting us. You're so awesome. And then early in the week, we also had, we're in New Orleans on site doing some speaking at the Alliance for Strong Families. And then a little bit later this afternoon, we're going to be doing a podcast for stage 2 on the caregiving years. So that, crazy busy week. So I wanted to try to get in here quick and give you guys a little quick update on a new topic that has come up recently for me. So here's the question. How do you know what someone will say? What do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. So by the way, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my wonderful family replay users. Super happy to always see you here. So how do you know what they're going to say? What if you have to tell someone some really crappy news or bad news or complicated news? What advice would you give? Like, what are the tips that you think that you would have to talk to them about? I've had a kind of rough week with all the other stuff that's going on. I've had a couple really hard, critical, crucial conversations, and those conversations were hard because I had some bad news I thought that I had to deliver. So how do you do that? So tip number 1 is don't presume you know how they're going to respond. By not telling them the bad news, you take away their right to choose to hear it. You take away their right to know it. And so just for me, kind of just rethinking that and saying, well, if I cared about this person, then I would give them this information, and whether or not they're going to react in a way that I want to see or want to see happen is really none of my business, right? So that would be my first tip. If you're not really sure what they're going to say, you wouldn't know anyway, and it's not your right to take away that opportunity from them. My second tip, which my sweet friend Poliana Arano dos Iriis, she's Brazilian, she's lovely, she gave me today, we were having a nice conversation, and she said, if you don't ask a question, you already know the answer, right? The answer is no. So if you don't ask the question and you already know the answer is no, what's the harm in asking the question? Because if you ask the question and the answer is no, well, that was already where you were. But what if the answer is yes? What if the answer is yes? Because that's what you're hoping for. So sometimes we get so caught up in how someone may or may not feel by the news that we provide, or we get caught up in how they may or may not react to something, that we polish our message, or we infuse it with other pieces of data, or we talk about it passively, or we don't talk about it at all. And in the end, that doesn't really help anyone. It really hurts them, right? It doesn't give you the news that you needed to share. It doesn't give them the respect to be able to handle the news that you've given to them. And it's really not necessarily a positive way to move forward anyway. So I would leave that today, my friends, hopefully that if you're running into a situation where you have to deliver some really hard news, hopefully you can think of number 1, which is their right to feel any way they want. So don't take that away from them. Please tell them anyway. And the second would be to try very, very hard to realize that you already have a no. So the question is more about what are you going to do when you get the yes? And it kind of can help you reframe where you're going with those thoughts. So thank you guys so much, as always, for joining me, Jackie Schwab, the Caregiving Circus's reluctant ringmaster, as I go through my crazy, crazy, crazy circus family life. Hopefully we'll see you at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on our Blog Talk Radio show, where we'll be joining guest speaker and co-host Marty Hannon to talk about stage 2 of the caregiving years, and that will be the freshman stage. So why don't you come join us? Maybe you can find out a little bit of where you are in your journey. Talk to you all soon. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'll talk to you all.